Franchi here with a special report. Americans are pushing back all over the country, and it's very clear that a revolution is in full swing. Tea parties have been organizing to fight the bailouts and taxation. Occupy movements have been springing up to fight against Wall Street corruption at the hands of the Federal Reserve. Americans are pulling their cash out of big banks and supporting local credit unions, all while we move into a heated election season where it looks like it's anyone's game. In today's exclusive special report, I will be joined by former Graham County Sheriff Richard Mack, who is currently spearheading a movement that you need to be fully aware of, a movement that will compound the effort to push back against the overreaching federal government, a movement that I'm asking you to support 100%. We're joined now by Sheriff Richard Mack from outside the courthouse in Graham County, Arizona. Sheriff, what brings you back to Graham County?
This is where it all started for me. This is where I started the fight against the Clinton administration to stop the overreach of the Brady bill. I actually filed a lawsuit against them, against my own government. Sued them and took it all the way to the Supreme Court and won.
Speaking of winning, you have another winning project on the table that is getting national attention. So tell me about this new project that you're involved with.
The County Sheriff Project is what we're working on now nationwide. And we're going to create sheriffs who actually do one simple thing, and that is just keep their oath of office. Every sheriff in this country has already promised in solemn oath to uphold and defend the Constitution. If we actually have local officials, judges, county attorneys, county commissioners, working with the ultimate line in the sand, the ultimate check and balance known as the county sheriff, we're going to win this. We can take back America county by county, state by state. How do we stop gun control? How do we stop all the other problems in America? One sheriff at a time.
There's no question the federal government has overstepped its line in the sand. Now, it's no secret that I've come to these conclusions. What made you realize that we're not following the constitutional values?
Well, I did my own investigation when I was a police officer, and I started reading the Constitution. I know that's an unheard of concept today, that peace officers and sheriffs would actually read the Constitution. I believe it's impossible to keep your oath if you don't read the Constitution. But I did an investigation. I read the Constitution, I read the Declaration of Independence, I read what the Founding Fathers said about the Constitution and freedom, and I compared that to what actually government is doing. I did that in 1984, 1985, and the disconnect is even larger today. We don't have a government that follows the Constitution anymore. We're not in trouble in America because we follow the Constitution too strictly. Far from it. We have strayed way off path, the path that the Founding Fathers established for our country. We have replaced it with political correctness, and that's the reason our country's dying today. But we can get it back.
You can see that the people are rising up to take back the republic. It's evident in movements springing up from coast to coast. For example, the Tea Party, Occupy Wall Street movements. So what is it that a sheriff can do that an individual cannot?
Well, first of all, your sheriff is the ultimate law enforcement authority in the county. He's the only elected law officer in the United States or in your county. He's promised you by solemn oath that he would protect and defend your constitutional rights. Yes, to serve and protect is what your sheriff will do. He will serve the people, he will serve we the people, and he will protect our God-given rights. He promised us that he would defend us from the wolves. It makes very little difference whether or not some of the wolves actually come from Washington, D.C.
The city on the hill certainly has its share of wolves on the hunt working to limit freedoms. So if the problem is in Washington, then won't more laws solve the problem?
No, we don't need more laws. That almost reminds me of the song, Lord, we don't need another mountain. We don't need any more mountain of corruption. Washington, D.C. is totally out of control. We have TARP, we have EPA, we have IRS, we have the UN promoting worldwide gun control, shoving Agenda 21 down our throats. We have nationalized health care. We have $15 trillion debt. Who's going to stop all that? The tyrants in Washington, D.C. will not stop their own tyranny. We can take America back, county by county, sheriff by sheriff. And the sheriff is simply going to tell bureaucrats from Washington, D.C., You're not going to do that here anymore.
Okay, so the sheriff basically has the power to be the final arbitrator of what laws are enforced in his county. So why is the sheriff able to do this when nobody else can?
Well, primarily because the sheriff is not a bureaucrat. He doesn't answer to another bureaucrat. He doesn't answer to a committee. He answers only to we the people. He is the ultimate check and balance in your county. Yes, he has the duty and responsibility to protect us from tyranny.
So basically, with this project, your goal is to recruit and organize sheriffs from all over the country to educate them with their existing constitutional powers. Well, I can definitely say that this is long overdue and it's very much needed. It will certainly be complementary to the populist movements erupting around the nation. How can people support the county sheriff project?
We need your help to financially support this movement. We're going to have a national convention with constitutional sheriffs from all over the country. And to get these sheriffs there, it's going to cost $1,000 per sheriff. You can sponsor your sheriff, or you can just go to countysheriffproject.org and make a donation there. You know, what did the Founding Fathers say? When they signed the Declaration of Independence, they mutually pledged to each other their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to this holy cause. We must do the same today. Look down at your hands. The answer and the solution are in your hands. You can get involved. You can send a donation at countysheriffproject.org, and we can win this. I'll see you at the Freedom Gates.
Thank you, Sheriff, and I look forward to seeing you at the Freedom Gates as well. Friends, as the sheriff said, the power is in your hands. You are the one who can make the difference in this nation. That is why I am asking you to support this project. There are a few things that you can do to support the County Sheriff Project. First, visit their website at countysheriffproject.org and make a financial contribution. Second, simply share this video to your social networks and email lists. Third, give your sheriff a copy of Sheriff Mack's book, The County Sheriff, America's Last Hope, available at sheriffmack.com. And tell them about the County